Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and I'm a mom to two little girls. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-month-old. How many of y'all were staring at this spot over here that really needed to be wiped down whenever my coffee was brewing? Because I was. It was so gross and I'm so sad that I let my coffee bar get to that. But today's video is just a get it all done video. However, it does not go according to plan, which I get into later on. First things first, we are going to get these dishes taken care of. So I'm making breakfast and unloading the dishwasher. I was making a breakfast burrito for breakfast this morning. I usually have these pre-made. However, I had run out of my frozen ones that I had made and just hadn't gotten around to making any more. I still need to do that because I'm still out. So I'm sure you're probably wondering why my house gets as bad as it is. And for right now, all I can tell you is I am 5 weeks postpartum. Well, I think I was 4 weeks when I filmed this. And up until this week, I have been having a really hard time moving around. This C-section recovery has been much harder than my first C-section was. It's taken me a lot longer to be able to do the things that I want to do. So it's been a struggle keeping the house clean because I'm just not able to, or wasn't able to get up and move around and do all the things I needed to. So the house definitely got way worse, but we are finally getting to where I can move around without feeling pain or soreness, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited about it. So we are going to eventually get the house caught back up to where it's something where I can maintain in my normal daily routine. Now I just have to try and figure out how to do that and juggle a newborn that is exclusively breastfed. And that's the hard part because right now Emery's at school during the day, so I don't have to worry about her too much. But it's going to be different once I get back to where I'm working full time. I still have another 2 months of maternity leave, which is great, but I am a little nervous about how things are going to go once I go back to work, which I am dreading going back to work. I wish maternity leave could be way longer than 12 weeks, which I know that I am lucky enough to get on my own, but it just needs to be longer for sure. So I am just surviving at this point. The baby doesn't sleep, so I don't sleep. So there are days where I just have absolutely no energy. I recently looked at my Apple Watch to where it tells you how much sleep you get. And I am averaging about 4.5 hours of sleep every night, but that is not all in one go. That is me getting up almost hourly to take care of the baby. I do think that she is having some issues with acid reflux, so I think that may be why she's waking up so much during the night. So I'm currently looking at seeing what I can figure out to help her. Just a heads up, I do change my outfit, at least my pants, because they were driving me absolutely nuts. They kept riding down while my shirt kept riding up, and all I could worry about was the fact that y'all might see my underwear. So I do eventually change that so you don't have to keep looking at my lower back and watching me try to get my clothes to fit because they still don't fit. I am still waiting for my body to go somewhat back to normal. I will hopefully be cleared for exercise here in about 2 weeks. That way I can start really focusing on weight loss. But until then, I just get to survive with my clothes not fitting correctly. We have now moved on to the living room to just try and straighten it up. It's not as bad as it was since I have officially moved out of sleeping in the living room. Willow and I have moved into our bedroom. I believe this was the first night after moving out of the living room. I would say it's going decent. It's been, when I'm recording this voiceover, it's been a couple of days. I will say the last 2 nights we have ended up sleeping in the recliners in the game room because she is waking up so much. It's just hard to sleep in the bed. And she basically is only sleeping at night if she's laying on my chest. And so, at least with the recliners, they're leather, so they're not something super cushiony, but I can hold her better while I sleep, which I absolutely hate. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to help her sleep better at night, and see if there's anything I can do with her bed to help with like incline, and then see what I can do as far as with her breastfeeding, if there's anything I can take or anything I need to eliminate to help with all of that. We have now moved on to the laundry, and while I get everything folded, I did not get everything hung up or put away. And so you'll see in the next video I've posted, which I've been recording, it all just ends up back on the table, honestly. It's still a massive pile. I'm still working on it. It's frustrating because I am trying so hard to get caught up, and the table was looking so much better at the end, but they don't call this the newborn trenches for nothing. Like I said, my day did not go as planned. So by the time I finished up with folding all of the laundry, I was trying to make some lunch, and the baby woke up and then wanted to eat. And that's kind of where the day slowly began going downhill. Don't get me wrong, I love breastfeeding and I love taking care of my daughter, but I'll get into why it started going downhill at that point. But at the same time, I didn't mind, sitting on the couch with her for the rest of the day. But it does make it hard when you're trying to catch up on the housework and get things done around the house. So it is what it is. I'm trying to remember to have grace with myself as I've been healing. It's definitely been hard, but now that I'm able to move more, I'm feeling better. But I am also trying to remind myself that this is such a short stage, and to soak up all the cuddles I can, to not worry about the house as much, as long as I can get the bare minimum as far as us having clean clothes to wear, clean dishes to eat off of, and my house not looking like a hoarder's house, then I think we're doing good. Even if it's messy and not something I would ever want anybody to come and visit and see. It's not something that's going to cause a health hazard, so it can wait, basically. So that's where I am at, and I'll eventually get back to normal routine and have the house under control, but until then, I'm just trying to have some grace. Alright, it is just after 11 o'clock. It's actually 11:11. This little girl just finished eating and is super sleepy, so she is about to take herself a little nap. Believe it or not, she's actually asleep. Her eyes are open, but she's asleep. I'm gonna actually sit here with her for a little bit, let her sleep on me, just for a little while, because I'm trying to soak up all the cuddles I can. So I actually filmed my outro earlier, but I'm gonna scrap it because I wanted to give a quick update as to how our evening went. The rest of the day did not go as planned. I never did get to finish up any of the things that I had started. This little girl ended up nursing basically for 6 hours. She would nurse and nurse and nurse, and then we would take a 5-10 minute break here, 5-10 minute break there. I think at one point I maybe got half an hour, but really for about 6 hours she nursed almost nonstop. It was hard. That's the longest we've gone for sure. But on top of that, the cat threw up mainly on a blanket, but also on the couch. It also got all inside of her cone, so she is not wearing her cone at the moment. And then when Alex was cooking dinner for us tonight, he smelled something off and thought he saw smoke. And so he had me get up and come in there, and because at first I didn't see or smell anything. And when I got in the kitchen, I definitely smelled, like the smell of like burning plastic or burning rubber. At first, I thought he was just talking about like something down in the bottom of the oven that had fallen, and then I did see what he was saying about the smoke. It was just a little bit, so we weren't really sure where it was coming from. So we turned everything off on the stove, let it cool down, and then turned only the stovetop on and left the oven off. And after a few minutes, the same thing happened. So we just shut it off, stopped using it, and thankfully we had, he was making like frozen chicken strips and french fries for dinner. So he just tossed them all in the air fryer. Once everything was fully cooled down, he pulled the oven out to see if we could figure out like if it was something coming from the back, and unfortunately it was, where the like power cord connects with the stove itself. One of the pieces, like where it connects, was completely fried, and you could tell it had been burning. So what's even more scary is whenever we were kind of looking like behind the stove, we could see an orange light when it was on, and we weren't sure what that was. Now I think it might have been a little flame, or at least like it trying to become a fire. Thankfully it did not catch fire, but yeah, we now have to replace our stove. So it has been a whirlwind of an afternoon. I'm getting on Best Buy to order a stove now, and while I wanted to replace it, it was not something that I really wanted to replace right now. But it is what it is. And I'm just thankful that it did not catch fire, that he caught it very quickly, because that could have been really bad. So yeah, it has been a day for sure. It's been a day, but tomorrow I'll try to get some more done around the house. I at least made a pretty good dent in it. I'm gonna have to rethink like how we do dinners and stuff, and how we're like doing our cooking and stuff, because now we're without a stove for at least a week, according to Best Buy, because the stove that we can afford would not get here for another week. It looked like the only stoves that were in store at our location were like $2,300-$2,400, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that type of money to just drop on a stove like that. So we're gonna go with a way cheaper option. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rethink how we're gonna be cooking. Thankfully I do have the Instant Pot and the air fryer, so we'll be able to figure something out, but it's just something. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what type of videos y'all want to see. I'll probably do some more like get it all done with me videos, maybe some day in the life, or like what I eat in a day videos. What I eat in a day is kind of hard sometimes because I forget to film dinner most of the time, but maybe once like I start losing weight, I can post more content for that. But yeah, just let me know what y'all want to see, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.